People have no idea how easy it is to crush on gig platforms like Upwork. It is the easiest it has ever been, in spite of everybody and their mom telling you that it's way harder. I mean, just look at this job post that I created. Granted, this was a while back, but I had a bunch of people apply. The very first thing that my eyes are drawn to as a prospective client, anytime somebody's pitching me, is obviously their profile pic. In English, we read top left all the way down to bottom right, right? And so the very first thing that this fella here, Saraev, for all of his efforts, has failed on is he's not showing that he's online right now. The second thing is, notice how his head is literally cut in half. And for whatever reason, I mean, like, I'm basically almost looking at his belly button. As a prospective client who wants to work with somebody for like a corporate style thing, like business, do I need to be seeing that much of your torso? Like, why are you cutting yourself off mid-head, man? These are some low-hanging fruit. These are not very difficult. Yet, basically, everybody makes some variant of this freaking mistake. Like, look at Taba here. We cut her off like 99%. Ian, he's cut off mid-head. Anthony, he's cut off mid-headband. Ahmed is cut off mid-head. I'd say he did a pretty good job here. But even Abby, who clearly has put some work into her, professional appearance here with the headshot and the blazer and stuff, still mid-head. I mean, Mishak, well, I mean, he's not actually doing too bad. They're not going to pick on you, Mishak. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is like the simplest thing that you could possibly be doing to ensure your success on a gig platform is literally just to like make sure that the way that you want to look is the way that you are looking. And the way that generally you want to look is like corporate professional. So, I mean, the simplest thing you could do is just like look at your own profile picture and be like, something's odd here. And I don't mean this to shit on any one of these freelancers, but this problem is so pervasive that it's led to gig platforms as a whole, like Upwork, having like this massive, connotation or whatever reputation for like being terrible and always leading to really race to the bottom style freelance bullshit. But the reality is like people just, they're either aren't very, they're not trying very hard, or they're like incapable of seeing some very low hanging design fruit. So, I mean, if you guys can just, get a freaking okay looking profile picture, you're literally going to be ahead of 90%. But I don't just want to stop there. I want to stop after I run through the entire proposal. So check this out too. Stats here. You don't have any control over this as, a freelancer, aside from just getting a bunch of money, right? So, I mean, like, this is success begets success. If you're successful, if you solve this problem, you'll eventually solve that problem. I'm going to be impressed by that and we'll move on. Qualifications. Do you know what qualifications are? It's literally like one button that you press. You just press a button and then you can add an additional qualification to your profile. With that said, why would you not add all of the skills to your profile? Like, I mean, like this person has 12, this person has 7. If I'm a naive, silly Upwork client and I'm looking at Jonathan with 7 and then Sharar with 12, and I know nothing else about them, just all else held equal, I'm going to pick Sharar, right? Because he's more skilled. He also knows business presentation, influencer marketing. Nobody's verifying this. It's like a video game, man. I don't know if you guys have ever played like Super Smash Bros. Melee way back in the day. I played this one character called Fox, and Fox had this like ability to, I think it was like punch or kick really fast. And so in this video game, if I just pressed one button really, really, really quickly, I would eventually kick and punch the other guy so fast that he wouldn't be able to do anything. There are buttons, analogous buttons to what I did in Super Smash Bros. Melee, in everything, whether it's Upwork or whether it's cold email or whether it's inbound or content. When you find those buttons, you just have to press them really, really fast. And one of the buttons that's basically free is just put as many skills as possible in your profile. It's free. Okay, check this out. Notice how everybody's hourly rate here, 20, 8, 3, 5, right? Just make it stand out. How do I know that you didn't just pull $6 an hour out of your ass? I don't know, go 6.69. At least I'll stop and be like, why the hell did he put 6.69? Does he know something I don't, right? Boosting your proposals, obviously, like number 1, number 2, number 3. To whom it may concern, my name is Jonathan Dundas. And it's like, yeah, I know. You just set it up here. To whom it may concern, just say hi. You clearly have a limited amount of character space here. Isn't the whole idea to make me think that like you have customized this, you've sent it just to me? I don't care about your background and inventory management and what you were required to undertake. Like, I care about, can you do the thing that I asked you to do, which in this case was a fast writer needed for software review articles. I mean, it's brutal. So anyway, I'm just going to roast like another 3 or 4 because I find this stuff really fun. These are a bunch of old jobs that I posted a while back on my Upwork profile, but I don't know, hypothetically, let's just say I want to do YouTube video editor, okay? Check this frickin' cesspool out here. Okay, it's not a cesspool, actually. These are pretty good. But check this out. Ali, he's clearly framed everything perfectly. No surprise, he has a 100% job success score. He's got the online for messages bubble on. He's boosting his profile. He's at the very top. If I look for a YouTube video editor, I see this guy for $25 an hour and everybody else loves him. Like, why wouldn't I pick him? That said, what's he screwing up on? His portfolio. What is this? Why is this cut off halfway through? Why there's like a hand? I mean, obviously there's a lot that he could do here to make that better, right? The simplest and easiest thing to do to make this better, okay, is just add like a thumbnail. Add a thumbnail that is actually like correctly cropped and bounded. How do you do that? Just take the aspect ratio of the image. So I'm taking the aspect ratio now. It's 530 to 400. So it's 530 to 400, 1.325. You just go into any image editor and you go 1.325 times as wide as it is tall. And then you just make an image and you just make it fit perfectly. And then you upload that as the thumbnail. That would look great. Great. Zishan here. I mean, he's got like what looks to be a mirror in the background or something. I don't know. But anyway, like if I'm zoomed way out, which most people on Upwork are going to do desktop. I'm like, is that like a growth coming out of his ear? Like, what is that? I mean, just cut that out, man. Just, I don't know, duplicate the background and make it so there's not another human being in your shot. Capitalize the title of these things, right? Like, nice job aside from that. But yeah, you've earned $20,000 and you're selling your time for $5 an hour. I mean, you could definitely significantly arbitrage, like make tons of money on the pricing. This is an example of a really good job. Okay. You see how it's like perfectly centered and stuff like that. He clearly thought about this, but I mean, do I want a dude that wears sunglasses indoors? No, I want somebody that just looks like relatively normal, to be honest. And Shan is just not, he's not making it. Okay. Muhammad, what is this, buddy? Is this Tinder? Is this a dating profile? You know, like, why would I hire, why would I hire you? What are you going to do? Get me laid? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know. I mean, there's differences here. There are a lot of differences here. Obviously, there's like some cultural differences that maybe I'm unaware of, or I don't know, like the propagation of information. But like, I do not need to be seeing your entire body. And why are you taking the photo out in the middle of the night? Like, just, you know, go into a room or something. Okay, what's like a really good job? I think Dinesh did a really good job here. He looks like pretty corporate, pretty professional. He's obviously got good lighting. I don't care if he AI generated this or whatnot. Notice how that badge that he has is not cutting into his face. The unsolved story of the Titanic, that's pretty cool. I like that. Reasonable hourly rate. I wish he made it, you know, non-super simple. It wasn't just 10, but it was like 50 or 100. But it is what it is. This guy, you know, despite the fact that I think the design itself looks dumb, like, he stands out, right? Your eyes are immediately going to jump over to him. So anyway, this is just to like say, a lot of people think that when something is competitive, they have to avoid it because it's competitive. It's not like a blue ocean. I can't make any money in it. But you need to understand what the competition is. Just because there's a very high volume of people doesn't necessarily mean that it is difficult to achieve any sort of success. If you guys just go through every little button and whatever that you could do, it'll take you 30 minutes and just ask yourself, okay, how do I make mine better than these other 5 people's? By the end of it, you can have a profile that converts like 3 or 4x more, which means you could send 3 or 4x fewer applications. You could spend 3 or 4x less money. You go 3 or 4x faster, and you could make 3 or 4x as much money super easily. And that's what I did. So I did that on my own Upwork. And, you know, I made well over $500,000 attributed to me directly on the platform. But yeah, I mean, like, look at this, 500K in earnings now, 500K in earnings. It's like, what did I do? I just made my background really bright. So people were like, huh, I wonder why that's that bright. I made sure that bubble was always on. 100% job success score, expert vetted. I mean, 600 total jobs, so on and so forth. Anyway, I just thought that was kind of silly. If you guys didn't know, I also do Q&A on the channel. So I'm just going to take one question here from somebody quite special. Thanks so much for all the great feedback. Let's see here. Let's see. What has a bunch of up votes, up thumbs? I'm going to look for something that's up thummy. Yeah, and like I'm seeing your guys' points on the previous post that I made about you won't believe what this guy's doing. Nate or whatever, I forget his name. You know, he's just like, obviously most people listen to him podcast style, right? Makes sense. Okay, I'm not seeing anything that's like super upvoted here, so why don't I just find a question and then answer it. Does your school community still have the promise of getting a client within 90 days? Yes, absolutely. That's a pretty easy question though. Why don't we do something a little simpler? We'll just look for question marks. RAG is helpful to prevent context rot and improve accuracy, no? Asking a question about a Harry Potter book with proper RAG setup versus copying all the text in the prompt will likely have different results. Yes, of course. There's certain situations in which you would still want to use RAG. Keep in mind, though, that most situations are solvable either just by literally dumping everything you want inside of a prompt or using agentic search, which is where instead of searching based off of like the way that RAG works in general is cosine similarity. Basically, it embeds the words into numbers. It takes those numbers and then it performs a function. This big matrix of numbers or vectors. It performs a function that determines how similar these two numbers are in like a x-dimensional space. And then it just selects like the top 10 results, right? The X nearest neighbors. You can actually just like use agentic search, which is where you have an agent just come up with a bunch of keywords and then it just finds things that are pretty similar. And that works for a lot of coding applications. So RAG isn't super necessary, but if you wanted to do things like embed the entirety of a Harry Potter book into RAG and then answer questions about it, yeah, for sure. That's like a situation where there's millions upon millions upon millions of tokens, and you might want to do that. Still, way fewer situations in which RAG is actually like super performant relative to either of the other two methods. I'll leave you guys there. If you guys are freelancing on Upwork, just literally go top to bottom, top left-hand corner, assuming you're working in English, all the way down to the bottom right-hand corner of an application page, and just optimize the hell out of it. Online for messages, profile picture, your hourly rate, your skills, your qualifications, as much money as you can get on there, reviews, 5 stars. I mean, it's pretty straightforward if you just list it all out in front of you. Best of luck.